Hello and welcome to another episode of Blow Up Your Video. I do not have Dolomite here with me. Because I'm just sitting there in the cafeteria eating my lunch.
Dude, Mike, review Batman and Robin.
Yes, I am reviewing the shitstorm that is Batman and Robin. I mean, don't get me wrong, I am a huge Batman fan. Biggest Batman fan I know. TVs, comics, movies, doesn't matter what media, I love Batman. Why do you think I own this movie? Regardless of its suckiness, I have to have the complete collection. So yeah, this movie was horrible. It was a flop. Obviously, I can make fun of this easily. But who hasn't? It's like, even if I thought up a joke that was completely original, there's a pretty good chance someone somewhere else on the internet has said it before. It's too easy. It's just too easy. What do I make fun of? What, the bat credit card, the ice skating, on the... I can't touch any of that stuff. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. It's been done too many times. It's cliche. It's demeaning as a comedian. It's like at the level of a knock-knock joke. I don't know. I guess I just gotta try and put my own spin on this. Emphasis on try. Back in 1997, Joel Schumacher... Oh, forget it. I don't have the wherewithal to take this movie seriously at all. Let's just dive right in and get it over with like tearing a Band-Aid off. Really? They put Schwarzenegger in the credits before George Clooney, let alone put him as the very first name you see when you go to see the movie? Wow. 36 seconds into this and you can already see the standards it's setting for itself. Oh, come on! She was in Pulp Fiction, for crying out loud! What's O'Donnell doing these days? Playing a former veterinarian on Grey's Anatomy, that's what. You know what his sexy doctor name is? McVet. Oh, here's the one thing I'm surprised no one seemed to have caught on yet that I've seen. Why is this one called Batman and Robin? Shouldn't Batman Forever have been called Batman and Robin and vice versa since, oh, I don't know, it was the movie that introduced Robin? This movie introduces Batgirl. Why does Robin get his name in the title now? Wow, he just looks like George Clooney in a Batman costume. I'm not with this movie at all. All I see are a bunch of actors playing Batman characters. I can't get into this one bit. Okay, let's try and not get into this plot that much since it's ridiculous. Mr. Freeze is robbing a museum for a big-ass diamond. In enter Batman and Robin.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
Yes, I need to tell villains who I am, or they'll just think I'm George Clooney in a Batman costume. Want to see me rob a casino? Then there's a fight scene and the rocket explosion, and... You know, the Nostalgia Critic did this movie like a year ago. Just watch his review for all the crucial, hilariously awful parts. I'd really rather not try to emulate him any more than I already have just from the fact that this review series exists. Then we go to some lab somewhere, and Uma Thurman's a crazy environmentalist scientist who loves plants way too much. This is actually a pretty realistic character drive for Poison Ivy. The only problem with this, and basically every other main character, is that Uma's basically a gross exaggeration of her character's personality in the comics and especially the animated series running around the same time as those 90s Batman films. The cartoons are less cartoony than this movie. Her boss is actually a cliché mad scientist and is developing Venom, a super soldier serum, and selling it to the highest cliché evil terrorist bidder.
I call this little number Bane.
Now this is what they got some crap for from the Batman fans. They basically made Bane a big lummox who just grunts and fights and does heavy lifting. He's a very important villain in the Batman mythos. In the comics, he successfully broke Batman's back over his knee. Basically, he tried to break Batman in half. You give this motherfucker a better role in the movie, damn it.
I have spent my life trying to protect plants from extinction.
We kinda need plants for food. And, oxygen? I mean, it's one thing to want to save them, but extinction? No one wants plants to go extinct, Uma. Yeah. Strong and inaccurate choice of words there. Then she dies. Or does she? We'll find out later. Back to Gotham.
Freeze needs extreme cold to survive. His cryosuit uses diamond-enhanced lasers to keep him at 0 degrees.
How would diamonds... The lasers and the cold... I don't even know why I'm bothering. I give up. Who the hell am I kidding? I gave up before I put this movie in the DVD player.
How are we supposed to work together if you won't trust me?
He's never going to trust you, and for good reason. You have tons of growing up to do, which would be understandable if you didn't look old enough to compare to the comic book Dick Grayson to be Nightwing already, who by this time isn't a pissy, rebellious douche anymore. So go run away and be your own hero already, so he can get someone else to do your job better. Tim Drake forever! He was even worse. But we're starting to stray from the movie. Mostly on purpose. And there's this emotional subplot about Alfred being sick, and it's all just... meh. Why do we fall, Master Bruce? Oh wait, I'm sorry, that's a better Batman movie. This is the shitty one. She didn't die! She can't! She's Uma Thurman!
I'm poison.
And that's just what you get from kissing her. Whoa!
And the time has come for plans to take back the world so rightfully ours.
And then I'm gonna kill Bill. Moving on. Then she takes Bane and they go to Gotham City to track down Bruce Wayne because Wayne Enterprises was sponsoring them or something. But whatever. Back to Arnie.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow.
You stay away from the year without a Santa Claus. Rankin and Bass have done nothing to you. Now this is something I have to give it up for the movie for doing right. They actually used the good Mr. Freeze backstory for this character. Let me explain. Back in the comics, he was just another gimmicky villain, just some douche with a freeze ray originally named Mr. Zero. It wasn't until the greatest Batman adaptation ever conceived for television, Batman the Animated Series, came around, that they made Mr. Freeze a tragic character and an awesomely deep villain that you honestly felt sorry for. Funny story, as you may know, they released some Batman animated movies, one of which was based around Mr. Freeze called Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. It was made around the same time as this shitstorm, but after seeing how sucky this was, they delayed its release. That was a good strategy. Once it did hit the market, it became and currently is the most successful animated Batman film to date. This direct-to-video animated movie is 1,000 times better than this piece of crap. Then again, that's not really saying much. Back to the bad movie, unfortunately. Some blonde chick shows up, and it's Alicia Silverstone, who by the end of this flick is going to be Batgirl.
Please be looking for me.
You're not Barbara Gordon. You're not even Cassandra Cain!
Guess we'll just have to kill her.
Whew. Alright, it's been forever. At least it feels like it. Words, how far are we into this? What? 30 minutes? That's it? I can't do this. I'm done. I'm finished. Completed. That's all we're doing for this movie, folks. It feels like I'm laughing at a slow kid. It's pathetic. This movie, I feel sorry for this movie. Seriously, if they had to bus films to the cinema in 1997, Batman and Robin would have rode the short one. Forget it. On to movies I actually want to see. I hope you guys are happy that I even sat down and watched 30 minutes of this piece of tripe. There's a metaphorical bad taste in my mouth, and the only thing that can wash it down is The Dark Knight. It may be 2.5 hours long, but it's a hell of a lot easier to sit through than this. Stay tuned next week for Dolomite. Promise. Ward, you know what to do.